So what's the best cheap setup for recording metal music? I think I found it, and it cost me less than $200 to get everything on this list, and it's gonna sound dope, but just so you believe me, here's a demo. Hey there, fellow music creator, Andrew Southworth, GenereStudios.com, here to teach you how to make better music and help you achieve your musical goals. So in this video, as I mentioned, I'm going to show you the best cheap recording setup for making metal music, and everything's in the box. This whole setup costs less than $200. But before I dive into it, I want to emphasize that I do have an Axe-Fx. I do have several great drummers with great recording setups, and I do take advantage of that, and that will always sound best if you do everything right. But that takes a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of time to get that right. But I have found a pretty nice setup that's very cheap, that sounds great, that's all in the box, and honestly I find myself using it more often, because if I want to construct a demo, I can't go out and record a song, send it to my drummer, have him write and record something, because I won't get it back for months, or it depends on his schedule. I want something on my schedule, and sometimes you just want to test an idea before you actually take it through all the rungs of making a great song. And this is one way to do that. Now, of course, the big aspect is if you don't have all of these things that I have, you just want to go from, you have a guitar, you have a bass, and you just want to make great freaking music. And that's what we're going to do. So let's take a look at my computer, and this is the Logic Pro X Session. Now, just to give you a heads up, and the cost number of less than $200, I'm not including your digital audio workstation. I'm using Logic Pro. That is only $200, but I'm not including that cost. And of course, I'm not including the cost of getting like a microphone, guitars, and basses and stuff. You can get great deals on that too, but that's not what I'm going to be talking about. Most of this stuff is from a company called JST, or Joey Sturgis Tones. You've probably heard of them, but this is the thing that makes this whole process possible. If you go to the website and you check out this Toneforge Metal Starter Pack, this right now is on sale for $179, but also right now they're running a 30-something% off sale. I don't know if that's going to end, but Black Friday is coming up. I'm sure they'll do something similar. So it ends up being like $118 or something to get this. Now, what does this come with? So it comes with the Toneforge Misha Mansoor Advanced and regular. Comes with Bassforge, which is like a bass equivalent. So basically that gives you an awesome, in the box or in the computer, guitar amp simulator and bass simulator. So that kills two birds with one stone. Now, the big killer with this is that it also gives you 1 year of access to their JST VIP, and that gives you access to some more free plugins. So I'll dive back into Logic here. And just to kind of give you an overview, you have the guitars. If I turn off Toneforge and play you this guitar track, it's just a dry direct input guitar track. Now when I put that through the Misha Mansoor Toneforge, and then I double it with the other track, and then I put it through the bus that it's in, you have a killer sounding metal guitar tone for dirt cheap. Just to give you a very brief tour of the Toneforge Misha Mansoor Advanced, just a plugin you load up, gives you this kind of amplifier distortion thing. Then you go into the actual amp, where you can control the distortion and the tonality of the amp. You can go to the cab section, where you can swap out your own cab, or you can just use their built-in cab. It gives you some effects here. You can use your own effects, but these are good. It gives you this parametric EQ, and then lastly, it gives you this this compressor, which I don't even play with. I play with the amp, and then I do all the processing outside of it, but it's all there. Now, I'm not using the Bassforge plugin here because I couldn't get it to work. My iLok was having issues. I'm going to get that figured out. But instead, all I use is the built-in. I have a lot of plugins here, but it's really insignificant. The important thing here is I'm using a free bass amp simulator from Logic, and I'm running it through some distortion and then really just EQing, compression, limiting, and a sub enhancer. You don't really need that. You can do that with something else. Point being, you have your guitar and your bass covered. Now, when it comes to the drums, I'll show you the page, but I'm using GetGood Drums Invasion. And this regularly is, let me go to the website now. This regularly is $119. I got it for like 60 bucks. They were running a 50% off sale several times. They ran it on their own site, and then they also ran a sale through Native Instruments. So now I have all of their, or 3 out of their 4 drum libraries, and I got them all dirt cheap. So, you know, you can hit this price point right now, I believe. I think there's a sale for everything, but if the Invasion sale is gone, then just wait till Black Friday. You know, it's in a couple weeks. These things will be on sale, so you can get a killer setup for that cheap. Now, what is Invasion? Well, it's a digital drummer. So if I solo it, this is the drums. And it sounds great right out of the box. There's presets that sound great. You can do pre-processing right here. I'm just keeping it on one track, but you can, when you import it, do a multi-track out, so you can process each thing individually. Don't worry about the plugins. I'm doing very basic stuff here, just like compression and EQ. And then that gives you, once I turn off the vocals here, that gives you this as a sound. So that's not the whole story, because with the JST VIP thing, you do also get access to what's called gain reduction. It was a plugin by JST, and it's I never used this plugin until 2 days ago, and my mind was just completely blown that I got this for free as part of the JST thing. But either way, even if you had to buy it, products, we'll go to mixing, we'll go to vocal mixing, and we're gonna find gain reduction deluxe. So you could get this for 60 bucks, and that's gonna be, it's worth it. Trust me. You could get gain reduction too. Again, Black Friday is coming up, so look out for these sales. So if you don't want to go with that bundle that comes with the Misha Mansoor thing, I would recommend just getting this plugin in some way, because it's freaking great if you're processing vocals. So you already heard them in the intro, but I'll show you what that sounds like again, just to hear what the screams are. And of course, that plugin's only part of it. You know, I do have processing on each of these individual channels, and on the bus, I do have, you know, de-essing, decapitator, which is a distortion plugin, some EQ and some compression, some limiting, and then I have gain reduction. Now, I did a test today because I'm pretty sure I don't need all that, and the reason is because I just got gain reduction, and the point of it is to simplify your vocal chain, your vocal plugin chain. And so I ran another test. So I'll mute this. This literally is 2 dry tracks of screaming in a bus with gain reduction on it. And listen to what this sounds like. I mean, I think it sounds pretty great. It's not, I don't think it's as good as the other one. It's a little more uneven, and it needs de-essing and stuff, but it sounds freaking great. And if you combine that with some free plugins you have, you can easily make killer metal vocals with this. And I am using them on the cleans as well, just to really like push these things to the limit. And that cool effect bringing out in the background is because of gain reduction deluxe. Since I have it on the clean bus, after the delay, it's just like all the decaying delays just get slammed up to the ceiling after the vocal stop, and these are really cool, this awesome vocal effect. And to show you how gain reduction works, if I solo this stack up here that just has gain reduction in it, I'll play with the main knobs here. It's very simple. I won't go into everything, but basically it just like compresses and limits the heck out of it, and it's doing some distortion stuff. I don't know what's happening under the hood, but very simple interface, and it works. So for less than $200, you know, you got like 60 bucks for Invasion, and you got like 120 for Bassforge, Misha Mansoor, Toneforge, the Gain Reduction Deluxe, and then also the JSP VIP thing comes with like a ton of training. And this is not a sponsored thing. I wish they would sponsor me, because who doesn't like money for endorsing things that they already use? I bought these with my own money. For that cheap, you get all this crazy stuff, and the JSD VIP thing does come with a lot of stuff as well. So it's an incredible value, and if you're looking to make excellent metal music on a super cheap budget, just get a digital audio workstation like Logic. Again, only $200, and just spend $200 and buy these plugins, and you have like an insanely powerful metal production machine. And then the rest is just all up to you to make it into an awesome song. So now that you know about that, it's not really the whole story, because Toneforge isn't the only solution. So if you click this video here, it's going to show you another option on the market in terms of guitar tone, the Nolly thing with Dark Glass. And I think it's great. You can see the demos in that video to do a comparison between this and that. And there's also a ton of other Toneforge things. So check out that video. I think you'll really enjoy it. And make sure to subscribe, because I upload videos every single Tuesday and Friday. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.